Welcome back to another episode of the Glory Hunter Career Mode, the series/season finale here of this save, where we are trying to fill out this trophy cabinet. We have failed in the DFB Pro Cal. We obviously have failed in the UEFA. That will be updated in a couple of moments. We have the Champions League in the Bundesliga to play for to lift the trophy in today's episode to end it off. We are currently 5 points clear off of Borussia Dortmund with 3 games left to go. We are in the Champions League semifinal against PSG there. Let me go ahead and get back to the main screen. We are in the we're in the semifinals of the Champions League against PSG. And honestly, I expect us to win the Bundesliga, so we are going to focus and play every single Champions League. We can play the first and second leg of the Champions League, and if we're into the final, we'll play the final. If we're not in the final, we'll play the last game of the season, which is against RB Leipzig. If we are in the final Champions League, we'll simulate through it. That way we lift the trophy. We're going to jump straight into the action here against Bayern Munich, or against PSG, with no Said. He is out injured, I'm assuming, for the rest of the season with something on there. So let's go ahead and get in there and get into this game against Paris Saint-Germain. Here we go. Champions League semifinal against one of the best sides in European football, PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. A team not last season, but a couple seasons before, we actually bested them when we was at AS Monaco in France. Now we are looking to do the same here in the Champions League with a much better caliber team in Bayern Munich. Dembele, Barcola, PSG 1, Bayern Munich 0. They strike first. Scoff, Lopez, Meyer, Roku is in behind. Victor Roku against Fofana. Victor Roku makes it 1-1. Biscoff over the top for Garrett. He should control it down. He does control it down. And Garrett now down the byline. Garrett, impossible angle, man. Can't score from that one. Bradley, Barcola, muffled shot. Gomez will pick it up. Biscoff into Roku, intercepted, and Victor Roku will capitalize on it. Bayern Munich will take the lead 2-1 here for the good boys. In halftime, up 2-1 at the break. Oh my God, what a tackle that was onto Meyer. If he connected to it, it's a red card. Garrett crossed in, blocked out for a corner. Garrett, cross in. It'll be blocked. It'll fall for Bergval. He'll take a touch, then pipe it onto the crossbar. Oh, that's a good ball. In for Dembele. He makes it 2-2. He strikes first. Garrett, can he find Meyer? He does find Meyer. Meyer now on his left foot to win it. In Bayern Munich 3, PSG 2. There is that 98 overall. Finally scoring a clutch goal. Vamos. Bergval. Victor Roku. Out wide for Garrett. If we can make it 4, that would be absurd. It's Lopez, back post. Oh, nearly found him. Campbell did well to read that, and honestly, it was an easier save than that. Full time, a 3-2 win in the first leg at PSG Stadium. A great game-winning goal from Theo Meyer, but a hell of a lot closer competition than the last 2 rounds. Here we go. The second leg of the Champions League semifinal between us and PSG. We are currently up by 1, winning 3-2 in the first leg, obviously, thanks to this being right here on the ball, Meyer, who scored that late winner. We look to go ahead and hopefully get an early first to go ahead and kind of settle this tie down a little bit. But Dembele, he has other options. So does Vega. Stopped by Simon again. This man has been coming up clutch as of late. Said is back in starting lineup, so his injury actually didn't mess up too bad either. Oh, and they're wide open. What's happened here? Where's our back line? The cross, surely he's offside. Gomez heads it punches it away anyway. Dembele on the rebound. Could have done that so much better. Mayer, Garrett, he takes the lead. It's 1-0 on the day, 4-2 on the aggregate. We get a 2-goal cushion. Vamos. Campbell now. Campbell, Simon stopped the first one, but it's all back for Campbell. Vega, Barcola, intercepted by Lefebvre. Halftime, 1-0 up on the day, up 4-2 on aggregate. We are 45 minutes away from being in the Champions League semifinals. Robbery, back post, Desiree Dewey, back offside. Meyer from distance, and that's how you send yourself to a final in spectacular fashion. Theo Meyer, 2-0 on the day. Scored the win in the first leg, scored the seal dealer in the second leg, 5-2 on aggregate. Vamos! Balde wins the ball, Saeed into Roku. Victor puts us through even more, 6-2 on aggregate, 3-0 on the day. We are in the final of the Champions League, a dominant second leg again. Vamos! With the win here, we win the league. Okay, well, with the point here, we more than win the league as well. Lucas Bergvall's going to miss on the final game day, but Victor Roku on a brace. A 2-2 draw. I believe we win the league anyway, even with the point, because I don't think they can outdo us here with 1 game or 2 games left to go. 76, 79. They technically could, theoretically. They theoretically could if we are to lose this last game against Leipzig, but they are 5 points behind us, so we have won the league. They pick up a draw, so we are your Bundesliga champions here, and we'll be taking RB Leipzig, who I believe could be in the final. No, it is Bayer Leverkusen in the final, so RB Leipzig go ahead and miss out on the final of the Champions League, losing 3-2 on aggregate, so it's an all-German final. We will simply go ahead and simulate through this game to lift that trophy. That is what we will do. We will go ahead and jump in at the end to lift the trophy. And here we go, jumping into the last moments of the game. I'm hoping we get to lift the trophy, even if it's away from home. We are tied 1-1. They scored first, and Victor Roku scores again. Victor Roku, do we really care about if we win the ball? No. Well, we have won the game. Well, we haven't won the game, but we have drawn the game. Do we get to lift the trophy in one of our rivals' teams is the question. Hopefully we get to lift the trophy, because we technically didn't win the season until the end or to the start of this game, because Dortmund still had a game in hand. It's looking like we are so we will go ahead and get the trophy celebration. We will go ahead and get that. We obviously are your Bundesliga champions. That trophy is a little bit scuffered, but as you can see here, we have ticked it off on there, but we'll go back to full screen simply for stuff and things. But yes, Theo Meyer, the captain of the squad, the best player in FC25 at the moment on the save, 98 overall. He will go ahead and lift that Bundesliga circle. We are your champions of Germany. We have one more champion to get, one more trophy to fight for to wrap up the entirety of the series. That's the Champions League against our rivals for last season, Bayer Leverkusen. So let's go ahead and jump into that. We go ahead and enjoy the celebrations here, but we want the big one. Let's go get the big one. And before we do that, player of the season, Victor Roku or Theo Meyer, one of the two there. It will be Victor Roku. Yes, okay. It is Victor Roku, player of the season. Congrats to him. Manager of the season for us in January, player of the season at the end here. And now we have the Champions League final versus Bayer Leverkusen. There it is, that trophy here in Portugal at Benfica's ground. We are taking on Bayer Leverkusen here. A man named Theo Meyer with the 98 overall looking to lift that trophy, the final trophy we are fighting for in this entire series. There'll be one way to wrap it up. Can we do it? We're going to have to get past to a very good Bayer Leverkusen. They actually beat us last time we played them, obviously, that simulation. The end of last episode, the start of the episode, maybe this episode, one of the episodes. But yes, Saeed, Victor Roku, Garrett leading our attack. Obviously, it's the strongest lineup that we could have. Garrett has been exceptional, not just in the Bundesliga, but as well as the Champions League. Theo Meyer has been quiet somewhat for me personally when I have played with him, but he is definitely a great baller. He's come to life as of lately. So let's see if we can keep that life up and hopefully lift the trophy as we get straight into the action here. 190-minute period, one trophy. Let's see who comes out victorious. And it starts with Onyeka on the ball. Out wide to Gonçalves. Now Onyeka back on the ball. Lefebvre body him off the ball, but losing it to Meyer. Meyer now on the attack. Gomez with the first save of the final. Out wide for Garrett. Gets taken out. It will be an early foul. If it's a red card this early, I will go ahead and restart the game because that is absurd. That is never a red card. It is just a yellow, so he just has to be on thin ice. Bergvall. Meyer. Victor Roku. Back to Theo Meyer. Saved by Koch and out for a corner. Meyer. Corner. Ruiz. Header off target. Said. Victor Roku. That's why it's so harsh. The Bergvall. Out wide for Garrett. And Garrett now down the byline. Saved by Koch and out for a corner. Said. Beautiful work from Said. Quickly. Nope. Okay. The game didn't register the buttons over the top. And again, it didn't register the second square. It might fall perfectly for Biscoff. It won't. Onyenka wins the header. Ruiz went to set the pass. Biscoff will win the ball back. Victor Roku into Garrett. Garrett can't find a cross. It's blocked and then dealt with by Castello. Alejandro Balde into Meyer. Meyer now from outside the box. Koch with a save. A fingertip and save. In the first 45, I mean, it won't belong to anyone, but the possession and kind of most threatening attacks came from Bayern Munich and not Bayer Leverkusen. But we will go into the break 0-0 there at the halftime break. 45 minutes to left to determine a winner, or we'll go to another 30 for extra time. Julian Alvarez, Meyer, Simon defending. Julian Alvarez blocked by Simon, but back to Julian. Gets past Lefebvre, gets the advantage, saved. Onyenka, Pedro Gonzalez, Balde trying to defend. Julian Alvarez and Bayer Leverkusen take the lead 1-0. Onyenka gets past Simon and a chance to end it. He finds Julian Alvarez. He makes it 2-0. And we are probably going to lose the Champions League final. Said into Victor. Victor. He gets one back. It's 2-1. Victor Roku on the score sheet. Oh, we just get the ball straight to Nusa. And Nusa now into Julian Alvarez for a hat trick, and that's game over. Garrett. Victor Roku. We lose the Champions League final. We won't go ahead and lift it up. So a whole season for looking like the favorites for a treble, maybe at least a double in the terms of fact for Germany in the whole. We go ahead and win one trophy. So we are going to go ahead, if we go here, I'm not going to put the X on it, to be honest, but just imagine there's an X for the Champions League. So one season, we go ahead and win that. So in 3 different countries, we failed to win the domestic cup, which is kind of insane in all honesty. We won it with the Copa del Rey in the time with Spain. We actually won it the first season with Atletico Madrid. Then we won the league. We won it with Lazio in the first season. Then we won the league. We failed with England and with Arsenal twice and Newcastle once, and then we failed obviously with AS Monaco twice or once at least in that as well. We failed to win either the 2030 World Cup or the 2032 UEFA Europe Cup, whatever, in that tournament. We failed to win the Champions League, as you can see on your screen now in the middle, where you see Musiala, the former Bayern Munich player, lifting the trophy for Bayer Leverkusen, beating Bayern Munich in the Champions League there. Julian Alvarez just turned into the best player in the world. He turned into 98 overall. Meyer in the last couple of minutes there. We do get a trophy parade simply for our Bundesliga. It could be 3 trophies on this parade, but it's only going to be one. It's only going to be the Bundesliga trophy, in which you can actually see it properly this time. It's not all blacked out like it was in the actual trophy lift. So there's that at least. Yeah, let's go and do a season and /series roundup. So quickly for our top goal scorer of this season. In our last season, Victor Roku had 53 goals. He averaged a goal a game, which is insane. Theo Meyer, 24 goals and 24 assists. So he did just as well, or did a little bit worse. But, I mean, he's 98 overall. That is absurd in itself. if we go ahead and look at our career stats here for myself, my career here, over 7 different clubs, obviously 2 including in England, we're also in Newcastle, over 500 games played, 335 wins, less than 100 losses, a goal difference of close to 500 and what, 1 exactly, something like that. Maybe, yeah, 501 is our goal difference. Our record transfer fee was 140 million. Our biggest defeat was with Newcastle, I believe, 5-0 loss there. Our biggest win was an 8-0 win against Celta Vigo. I can only assume that is the second season with Atletico Madrid. So there is that. We've earned 43 pounds. We've won 5 league titles, so we won all domestic titles there. We won 2 domestic cups, which is insane itself. And then we won 2 continentals. Does that add up? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 league titles. Yes, 2 domestic, including the top left and top right in Italy and Spain. 1 international trophy that it doesn't count on here because, yeah, I don't know. But 1 international trophy, and then 2 continental cups, which was the Europa League and then the Conference League as well. So we at least won something with every single club we've been at, including Newcastle, because we won the Conference League with Newcastle. So we at least won something with every club we've been at. So that we can take in a positive, except for Germany and whoever we were in the 2030 World Cup besides that, but club record was decent enough. That's the end of this series. Tomorrow or maybe the next day, I'm not quite sure, we might take a day break off, to be completely honest, depending on when this comes out. I don't know when this comes out. If this comes out on a Thursday, we'll start on Monday. If this comes out on a Wednesday, we'll start on Thursday, in all honesty, because I really want to play that save. A realistic RTG with Harrogate Town, where we have a spreadsheet and all, using Chesnoid's newest spreadsheet. We won't be doing what Chesnoid has been doing, because that's a lot. We'll dumb it down, but we'll talk about it. That will start either tomorrow or Monday or the next day. Who knows? But I'll see y'all there. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.